Hello again, Ms. Julie here with another craft or story from the public library. Today I'm going to decorate a couple of masks. I'm going to do a dog and a tiger. I'll save the shark for another day. I have a friend who's good at sewing, and she made me some white masks. The material is 100% cotton and has a pale pattern of dragonflies on it, but I like it and I think it'll work well for this craft. I'm just going to use permanent markers to put the image on this mask because I found out if I use acrylic paints and it gets thick, it will compromise its breathability. I rested the mask on a yarn ball so it would keep its shape while I drew on it. Even though I'm going to use Sharpies to draw the image on, I'm going to start off with a gray water-based pen to put a light sketch of the image on first before I go in with the permanent markers. Dog noses are kind of triangular shaped and they have little swirlies in their nostrils. Be sure to put the nose of the dog where your nose would be in the mask. Then put the happy dog smile on it. I'm going to make this dog look like the corgi that lives down the street. Then I'll draw on his little teeth. These are his little fangs and his little teeth in between. I've made it a little crooked, so I fixed the fang on one side. When I color it in with marker, you won't even notice. Now I'm going in with the black Sharpie. Be sure to put a reflection on its nose because dog noses are wet. I'll make it all darker as I go along. The corgi down the street has a lovely smile. I'm trying to make his little cheeks look fuzzy, so I make the lines cross-hatched. I'm putting in little rows of dots to show where his whiskers would be. Then I'll do some shading on his mouth. The center line of its tongue fits right on the seam of the mask. Then I'll draw in the row of little teeth at the bottom of his mouth. Time to give it some basic pink for his tongue. I'm putting in regular pink, and then I will go in and I will put in some shading using a darker red. But mostly, it's dog tongue pink. I'm going to color in the fur around its face, kind of a golden brown. That's the color of the corgi. I try to make it look furry, and I draw right to the edge of the mask, right over the seams. When I've colored in both sides, I'll take a darker brown marker and I'll put in some shading and make him look just a little bit more furry. It's okay to go in and do some touch-up. I'm putting shading under his little jaw and darkening his nose a little bit. Done. And there it is. Arf, arf. Next, I'm going to do the tiger. Again, I'm going to put it over the yarn ball and start out with a gray marker. The nose of the tiger is a little bit smaller. Again, try to put the nose on the mask on top of where your actual nose would be. I'm going to make this a happy tiger rather than a roaring tiger. The fangs on the tiger are bigger than the fangs were on the dog, and you have teeth on the top and the bottom of the tiger's mouth. A few stripes on each side and we'll be ready to go in with the permanent markers. The tiger's nose is smaller and pink. His tongue is a nice pink color too. I color all around the teeth and make sure I've made any corrections I want to. Then I'll start in with a light orange color. When you color in with the orange, you can really see that dragonfly pattern underneath. It doesn't matter though. I think it looks cool that way. When I put the color around the outer edge, I try to make it darker at the outer edges. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but I'll try to make it as even as I can. Now I'll go in with a darker orange marker and make the shading even more pronounced. Now it's time to go in with a black marker and outline things and shade things in. You can shade in his little teeth and his mouth and his tongue and put the seam down the center. Pretty much just the way you did it with the dog. And now for the stripes. Make them kind of fuzzy looking, because that's the way they'd be on a real tiger. And now for the little dots on his little puffy cheeks. I might try to glue fishing line whiskers on it or something, but for right now, it's done. So there's a happy tiger face. Maybe I'll figure out how to put ears on a headband for it. That would be cool. Have fun making your own masks, and if you can, send a picture to us and we might post it on our website. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you come back for more crafts and stories from the public library.